What's up, everybody? Back again for a brand new year of some strange stuff. How's it going, Johnny? Welcome to the year 2022. Welcome
Happy
to
New Year.
Welcome to the future. Did you ever think when you were a kid you would live to see the year 2022?
It's crazy because I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, 2020, like every like old cartoon, like every like there's some Tom and Jerry cartoons that's like the year 2020. And I was like, hell yeah. And we get there and it's immediately like pandemic.
Yeah, like 2020 when you were a kid was projected to be this futuristic utopia with all this strange technology like food replicators and teleportation devices. And really, I feel like we went back in time. It feels like we lost a step along the way.
Instead, we have deep fakes and the metaverse, which are two things I would.
Well, those are still pretty futuristic
That's
and
true.
cool.
Yeah.
In fact, those are going to be some awesome topics for some upcoming episodes of Mega Strange. 2022 is going to be a great year for Mega Strange. We're going to have a whole new set being built, being designed as we speak. We're going to have some production elevations. Johnny, you've been figuring out a way where you could add a couple of cameras and control them from. You're going to have like a pilot seat, basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the metaverse with like gloves.
I'm going to be along for the ride, the Johnny VR experience. I can't wait. It's going to be exciting.
Someone, can you edit like pop-up screens?
Yeah. 2021 was a good year.
Yeah.
First of all, it was the inaugural year for this show.
Yes.
So congratulations to us because we've survived our first year. You know, most podcasts fail within the first year.
I didn't know that.
And I'm just pulling that statistic out of my ass. I don't know if that's actually true. They say most small businesses fail within the first 3 years. I say most podcasts fail within the first 1 year. We didn't fail though. We branched out. Not only did we launch this podcast, then we rebranded it to be about like cryptids, UFOs, all things strange, supernatural, and paranormal.
Yeah, and on top of it, we added even more content, like by doing these mailbag episodes, which is something I couldn't even fathom, like when we first started, that we'd be able to have the time to do like 2 uploads a week, which is fucking sick.
2 weekly uploads. The YouTube channel is doing great, and we found our first sponsor right at the end of the year, which is Cryptid Crate. So,
yeah, some people are sending me photos of they got their crates with their little stickers.
I know, they got their stickers. I'm a little jealous, actually.
Yeah, me too. We didn't get those.
I haven't received my Cryptid Crate yet, so they're on the way. To people out there who want to sign up for Cryptid Crate, use the code Mega Strange, all one word, all lowercase, to get a discount on your first Cryptid Crate. Sign up for the sampler to get $5 off.
Get that sampler.
Yeah, the sampler has a 50% off coupon for the full subscription.
Sorry, I was gonna say I don't know if I've ever been to an Applebee's or a Chili's or a Denny's where I haven't ordered the sampler. So
you always got to get the sampler.
You always got to get the sampler.
Anyway. Literally, the sampler is the best item you can get at any establishment anywhere in America, whether it's an Applebee's or a Bigfoot themed box of merchandise.
You don't want to be the person who's in their 30s ordering just a plate of mozzarella sticks. But when you order the sampler, they come with it and you can be like, oh, order these. I didn't know this came with it.
Yeah. Oh, I masked my childish eating habits with more calories. Nice. That's a win-win.
I wanted the boneless wings, but they're here. I'll eat them.
I was reflecting on 2021 earlier this week, and I think it was a really successful year for Mega 64 in general. We did a national tour.
Yes.
We did a road trip across America, which is something that I had always wanted to do my whole life.
Me too.
Secretly. And I never voiced that to anybody, but ever since I was a little kid, I dreamed of driving across America. I think I watched an episode of Pete and Pete once where they did that.
King of the Road.
There's a lot of, King of the Road. Exactly. Yeah. How high can you stack it?
I love Pete and Pete.
I love Pete and Pete too. Yo, okay, hold on, pause. Yes. I think that is the most underrated show from the 90s.
I think people are realizing it now that it's really good because as a kid it would come on and I'd be like, what is this?
It was so far beyond my comprehension as a kid. I loved it, but I loved it as a kid's show, and then as I get older, I realized it was just legitimately good. Like you can enjoy it as an adult. I watched they did a reunion, and there's this one woman that directed a ton of the episodes, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I directed the pilot, and I said I wanted this to feel like a Jean-Luc Godard film," and I was like, "Oh, that's why this was so fucking weird." That's why I liked it so much. Yeah, a very formative show for me. So maybe because of the Pete and Pete episode, but there were a lot of entities, entertainment entities. Movies, TV shows about just road trips across America. It always seemed fun. So then we finally did it this year. Not only did we do it, but we did it doing a live tour. So it was kind of awesome. It was rock and roll.
Yeah.
It was like that rock star lifestyle, except
not as rock star.
Yeah, not rock star because we were like doing comedy. So I guess it's a little bit, it's kind of rock and roll. It's kind of, people came up to me at a show and they're like, what you do is punk rock.
Yeah.
It is punk rock. And I was like, thank you. So you liked the Mario jokes.
Yeah, instead of drugs, they handed us like toys and stuff. I got so many toys on the tour. I was fucking hyped. People were like, yo, here, have this toy.
I shouldn't share this story.
This is the best mailbag so far.
I'm embarrassed to share this story. I'm going to say way too much about my personal life now.
Okay. But, we could cut whatever you need.
Nah, it's fine. I think people out there may know that I pursue acting here, like outside of Mega 64, doing like commercial work here in Southern California, San Diego, kind of all over. I do a lot of stuff in San Diego. Sometimes I get jobs in LA. Just to stay sharp, just to make sure my skills are up to snuff, I take an acting class.
Okay.
Every week I go to an acting class. And they knew that I was going to be gone on tour for like 4 weeks. I don't think they fully comprehend like what Mega 64 is. A couple of them do.
Oh, okay.
A couple of them do, but a couple of them don't. I think the instructor, she's old school. She actually taught like famous actors, people who are on like sitcoms and are in movies.
Okay.
She like taught at Juilliard at one point years ago. So I think she respects the internet thing, but at the same time, it's like not quite her world. And I respect that too, because I'm like, I'm trying to get more into what you're teaching, like television and film and stuff like that, just to, whatever. Point of this story is they all asked the same thing when I came back to class. They were like, wow, oh my God, they finally understood, like, oh, it is kind of like rock and roll.
Yeah.
You were on tour. Did you have any groupies?
Ooh.
Like, I told the story to multiple people. Like, we're waiting outside class, and I told this older woman, she's like, so did you have any groupies? And I go into the class, and I tell everybody, like, what? How was the trip? And I tell, we're playing all these shows. Like, oh, so were there any groupies? And this just gets back to your point that it's not quite. It's not quite rock and roll, because I was like, not really at all. No, it was much nerdier than what you're thinking.
But like, it's funny because if they asked any other question, they would be met with like such an interesting response. Like, oh, did you have any fun? It's like, we went to Dollywood, we did all this shit. Like, we did so much crazy stuff in such a short amount of time.
I mean, they were like,
but they're like groupies.
There were a lot of questions like, what kind of venues did you play?
Yeah,
and the answer was like any kind you could imagine. We played in small clubs.
Yeah,
we played in churches, church basements. We played in large theaters. We played like on stages. And like every venue you can imagine. But
I felt really bad because every time like I would help Kevin with the merch, it would be like people come and be like, oh, so did you explore Philly? It's like, nope. And then the people would be like, what? I'm like, I've literally only seen the back of venues. And I feel like I let people down. They were like, but you didn't try the food I suggested? I'm like, I literally showed up just an hour ago.
It was such a, like, it was I feel like it was our first real step into the world of being a real working entertainer, being on the road. You're not, it's not a vacation. It is work. You are going to the venue, setting up, performing your show, breaking down, getting in the van, driving into the night.
Yeah.
I mean, there were so many nights where we would end the show at midnight, and then it's like, all right, guys, we have a 3-hour drive.
That was the worst.
And we're just going to pull over at 3 a.m. wherever we are. We're going to pull over, find a hotel, because we just need to get a jump start on our trip to the next city. I think a lot of people don't realize how rigorous it is. It reminded me, honestly, and we talk about it all the time, but like professional wrestling. Yeah. Wrestlers talk about being on the road, going from city to city. I have a lot of friends who are musicians. I do music videos for a lot of people. I've talked to them what touring is like. Yeah, it's work. You think it's a party. I think everybody's like waiting for that opportunity to like sneak a party in. Like, oh, I actually have 6 hours tonight that are free, and it's my only 6 hours for the last 11 days that I actually have open. Let's go do something crazy tonight. Otherwise, we're just going to be in a van for another 8 days straight.
I understood like the mentality. Like whenever I see like behind the scenes footage of like bands and stuff, I'm always like, damn, these fools are just like aggressively drinking. And I was just like, in that, when we were on tour, I was like, had these moments of like, oh, I get it now. It's like, there's no party. It's like, you just have to have the party wherever you are. Like, cause like, it's just like We're in the van. We're playing the show. We're in the van. We're playing the show.
Yeah, and I think we all agreed, like, we're like at least 10 years late to the partying life, like rock star lifestyle.
Oh yeah, we'd like go to a bar for like an hour.
Touring, like it would be a nonstop.
Oh
like,
yeah,
I understand now why people like crash cars into a hotel room, throw a flat screen TV off a 20-story. Like it would be out of control because the opportunity to be out of control is there, but just being a little bit older, a little bit more like tired and broken down. You're like, we could party tonight, but we're gonna go back to the hotel room and get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, instead it's just me on an air mattress like, you guys want to watch wrestling?
aggressively trying to watch wrestling. Like, oh my God, we have a 14-hour drive through the mountains. Can we get a Wi-Fi connection in here? Because I think we could connect to stream some wrestling in the middle of nowhere. Anyways, all right, we're getting off the rails.
This is
now
good.
We're just sharing road stories. That's for a different podcast.
Yeah.
This is the Mega Strange Mailbag, everybody. Welcome. Every Tuesday, we take calls, voicemails, messages, stories from our listeners who want to share their strange encounters with everything that we talk about on this show. UFOs, ghosts, unexplained entities, monsters, cryptids, anything that's weird. We got a couple of good stories today from some callers, some viewers who called in.
I do want to say, if you ever want to send like a fucking letter, send it to the P.O. box. I'll put it down here. Just make sure it's to Mega Strange and we'll open it.
All right, let's get to it.
Let's do it.
Hey guys, this is Carlos. I have a quick story for you both. About 5 years ago, I was hanging out in front of my buddy's house, and there were a few of us there just chilling and chatting. It was a quiet Sunday morning. Nothing out of the ordinary, just chilling. When out of the blue, we hear what we can only describe as someone getting sucked into a vortex or time warp right in front of us. Very weird.
Bandicoot shit.
It was it was really loud, and it sounded like
sucked up.
And instead of looking around in shock, we all kind of looked at each other and we're like, what was that? That was weird. It was very loud, and because it happened so fast and right in front of us, we didn't know how to react. So we all heard the exact same thing. Someone was either trying to break through the third dimension, or they were getting sucked back into a vortex or something. And
back into a vortex.
To this day, we still talk about it, and we wonder what it really was. Anyway, love the show, and keep up the good work, guys. Appreciate the show. Bye now.
Nice. All right. Thank you, Carlos, for your call. So
thank you, Carlos.
Carlos and his friends were out in. Did they say they were in the woods?
I don't. They said. I think he just said that we were just chilling.
They were just chilling. It could have been anywhere. Could have been in the living room. Could have been at the mall. They heard somebody getting sucked up in public.
Into a vortex.
He described it almost. I imagine it's like when you reverse audio and it ends very abruptly. It starts slowly.
I want to make a movie about this call. Like, just imagine like a bunch of dudes are just chilling, like, haha, and you see some guy like, hey, it's me, Paul. And he just gets sucked into a fucking vortex. Like,
that's kind of the Mega 64 video. What do video games be like in the future? Yeah. That's kind of how that video starts. We're just chilling, playing video games, and what if time travel was real? And suddenly, out of nowhere, I get sucked up into a vortex.
That's like,
and then I come back from the future.
One of my favorite bits just in general, like even before you guys made that video, is people just screaming and then disappearing. I don't know why that always makes me laugh. You're like, oh! I just love that. It always cracks me up.
Yeah, I love it playing with dynamics, like extremely loud to nothingness.
Yeah.
It's jarring. Well, Carlos, you may have been near a vile vortex. That's what I theorize. We talked about that a little bit in our Bermuda Triangle episode.
Oh, that's true.
A few weeks back. There are just certain places on Earth where the stars align and bad things happen. The stars also align in certain places and good things happen. And they have a special name for those too, which I don't recall at this moment. But when the bad things happen, that's called a vile vortex.
Okay.
And if you get a bunch of them, it's a vile vortices, a collection of them.
I'm going to add to this, maybe... I like to believe in simulation theory. Maybe there was some weirdness happening with like a glitch in the Matrix.
Okay, Johnny,
We're getting heady.
Watching the Matrix too much.
Yeah, sorry.
You've been watching it on repeat on HBO. I get it. You love the Matrix.
Yeah.
Not everything is a simulation, Johnny. Or wait, maybe it is.
I mean, remember that? Like, it was a couple years ago. I mean, whatever. Elon Musk is annoying, but he like came out and he was just like, "It's a simulation."
He came out.
Yeah.
He knows.
He opened the door. He was
"All
like,
right, I'm going to be real with you. I know some stuff and the world needs to know this is a simulation.
yeah. I mean, it might just be like a nihilist view, but like, I don't know. I don't like to think that everything there's no meaning, like there's no reason. Like this is the only form of reality we know, but I do like to in the back of my head be like,
I'm going to call it right now. There
He's calling it audible.
will be an upcoming episode of Mega Strange.
Yeah.
We should explore all alternate reality theories.
Yeah, string theory too is one of my favorites.
We'll talk about string theory. We'll talk about simulation theory.
Yeah.
We'll talk about all the weird things. We'll even talk about flat Earth. Fuck it. Why not? We'll talk about all the weird things people think are going on.
I love that.
In reality in an upcoming episode of Mega Strange. So stay tuned. And Carlos, thank you for your call. You inspired our upcoming episode. Wow.
Thank you, Carlos.
You did it. All right, let's go to our next call.
All right, here's our next call.
Hey, Mega Strange. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Let me help change the mind of some skeptics out there. So back in high school, living at Mom's, we began experiencing footsteps, lights flickering, random bangs, the huge hauntings. Not wanting to deal with the nonsense, my mom called her curandero, a witch doctor.
Oh.
So he immediately told her I brought the spirits home. I was confused because after watching movies like Constantine and countless scary stories in the family, I never wanted to mess with the other side. So when I had gotten home, my mom had already looked through my room, ripped my backpack off my back, and searched through like a madwoman. And to my surprise, she pulls out a Ouija board drawn on paper. My mom brings me to my knees, lights up candles, and says, "Mija, pray," as she tears up that piece of paper and burns it. The lights flickered, and a weird energy just surrounded us for a few seconds until it was just silent. I confronted my friend at school the next day, and she said she purposely played with it and did not close the game, thinking it would be funny to place it in my bag and mess with me. And that is my story. Nice talking with you guys. Take care.
Is that a thing you have to like close out your game?
You always say goodbye.
Oh.
To the spirit when you use a Ouija board. You always say goodbye. That's why they have goodbye on the board.
Okay.
Because if you don't say goodbye, the conversation is not over.
Yeah, I've never messed with a Ouija board. I mean, we talked to Garrett about the Ouija board stuff. Check out that episode.
By the way, that was our most popular episode in a long time.
Yeah.
People really liked just getting Garrett's stories. You know, I think if we have any future guests on, we should just fish scary stories out of them.
That's what I'm thinking. Like,
I don't need your life story.
Yeah.
Just tell me all the fucked up shit that happened.
We should get like fucking Alex Coughlin back on, just talk about ghosts or some shit. Like that'd be fucking sick.
I'd be down.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to see that, leave a comment. Should we ditch the interviews and just go straight to talking scary stories with people?
I think so.
I already know all the comments are going to say yes. We're going to do that. You don't need to leave a comment. It's done. We're going there. But sorry. What were you gonna say about Ouija boards?
You
always say goodbye.
Okay, I didn't know that. I've never messed with a Ouija board before.
You know, we were talking to Garrett about Ouija boards a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Did you have more to say about that?
No, I was just thinking about her story. Like, I mean, that's crazy that shit was just going wrong, and that you could just like, I didn't know like a Ouija board could just be made and it'll work. Like, how would it work on a piece of paper?
I've never heard of a homemade Ouija board either, but I actually have made a homemade Ouija board now that I think about it.
I used to make those guys.
Those are cool. I wonder, by the way, before I talk about my homemade Ouija board, what are those called? Those like
fortune tellers.
Fortune teller, like
I think so.
1, 2, 3, 4. Why do your name J-O?
You're gonna kiss Johnny.
Yeah. No. Where do those come from? Do they have some sort of basis in magic, spellcrafting, Wicca, sorcery? Like, do they have ancient ones of those from like King Arthur times? Like, Sir Arthur will marry Lady Guinevere.
I just remember seeing them as a kid. Like, there would be like Nickelodeon magazine. They'd be like, cut this out, and then you'd have a Nickelodeon one.
I never knew how to make those, by the way.
Oh, to this day, I still know how to make them.
Really?
I can make you one right now. Like, fuck it. No.
Okay, so on next week's mailbag, we're gonna get some paper, and you're gonna show everybody out there doing an instructional video on how to make it. Okay.
It just, the paper has to be perfectly square, but then I could do it.
We're gonna get some fancy stationery from the paper store, and we're gonna make a really fancy one.
Okay.
And we're gonna show everybody at home how to make this fortune-telling device. So tune into next week's mailbag. You know, I've been doing like I've been picking up hobbies during quarantine.
Yeah.
And one of them was like, well, it started with I wanted to make homemade dice, but it turned into making homemade toys.
Yeah.
With like pouring resin. And one of the pieces of advice I picked up along the way was you should get some extra like molds off of Amazon because you're always going to have extra resin that you don't just want to throw in the trash because it's expensive. You don't want to waste it. So I got some mini like Ouija board molds on a whim. I thought it'd be cool. So I haven't done it a lot. I think I did it like once or twice. I would just pour some extra resin to make these little tiny Ouija boards.
Yeah, I've seen you showed me one of those.
Yeah.
They were sick.
So I have, but I never used them. You know, I just made them and then like kind of tossed them in the corner. But shit, now I didn't know you could talk to a ghost on those and enchant them and then slip them into somebody's backpack and like prank them with a ghost in their house.
Yeah,
these things sound
Astral
like
prank.
Dude, spiritual warfare. I'm like a ghost terrorist cooking these things up in my garage. They're like ghost bombs.
We're the fucking FBI, the fucking ghost FBI is gonna be on your doorstep.
Ghost DEA is gonna show up and put me in ghost.
The Men in Black.
Ghost de Montala.
Yeah, they're gonna be ghost jail.
Ghost jail. Anyways, yeah, so that's cool. Yeah. I was unwittingly making homemade Ouija boards, but yeah. I guess you could draw it on a piece of paper. Or you could do like really cool, carve it out of wood or something. Ooh. I bet you have so many options.
I thought the top had to be, I mean, I guess you could add like a finish like this table.
Yeah.
To have like this, you know.
Well, I don't know, but that's an interesting story.
Yeah, that was great.
Footsteps, flickering lights, weird energy. And then it was all gone when they burned up the little high school homemade.
Yeah, that was crazy. She said she felt like a presence as they were burning it. Like, I wonder what that felt like. If it just felt like that sense of like someone's watching you, or if it was just like
probably felt like you have to go to the bathroom, but but you don't, you know. And then when that feeling goes away, you're like, the ghost is gone.
I hate that feeling when your fight or flight just kicks in for no reason. I don't know if you ever have this. This might just be my anxiety, but sometimes I'll be chilling and I'll have that fucking tingling in my gut, like someone's mad at me, and I'm like, I have to calm myself down and be like, no one's mad at you. It's fine.
What? I don't get that.
Really? That happens to me all the time where I'll just be like,
I feel like I have variations of a feeling like that, but I don't ever think people are mad at me.
Yeah.
I just feel like I should be doing something and I don't
get
know
that
what.
a lot too.
I feel very restless sometimes.
Yeah, I get this sense of like, oh, someone's mad at me. And then I have this moment of like, no one's mad at me. Like, I haven't talked to anyone in a week. Like, what the fuck? I hate that feeling.
I'm usually the person who's mad at people for no reason.
Yeah, same.
Opposite. Just be like, my fucking mom. Brought me up bad and raised me to be rude.
She raised me to be rude.
Yeah, you know. I blame my parents for every shortcoming. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm babbling. I think we're at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
This is an extra long mailbag.
It's funny. My dad called me the other day and he was like, I've been showing my girlfriend the podcast. And I was like, why? He was like, she's never met you. So just to give her a taste.
This podcast?
Yeah. So shouts out to my dad's girlfriend. If you're watching.
Johnny's dad's girlfriend.
I don't know if she made it this far.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Happy to have a new fan.
Yeah.
Hit me up if you want to hang out sometime.
Yeah, dude, we'll hang.
Just kidding. Oh no. Johnny's dad has got big muscles. He's gonna come.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, "Oh, that guy!
Like, what the fuck did he just say? Oh, I'm gonna squash him like a creep."
He's gonna call me.
It's just a joke. I'm just kidding. I better get out of here before I do some more damage. Yeah. All right, this is the end of the episode, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you. Big shout out. Big thank you to our callers who shared their stories with us. Call us up. Leave your story with us. Make it quick and brief and a little spicy, and we'll share it on our show. Every Tuesday is the mailbag. Every Saturday is the main episode. Tune in this Saturday. We got a big episode we're planning for you. It's going to be really good. We're excited for it. You'll see what it is when you see it this Saturday. Until then, stay strange, everybody. Goodbye.
Good night.